Good afternoon, good evening, wherever you're tuning in from, everybody. It's Rob with Power Group. Welcome back on the Pursuit of Wealth. Going to get started with today's live stream, making today's live stream public. Normally, I do these private for Power Group private members before the close. Usually about 30 minutes before the close, but I do have to run to my Airbnb a little bit earlier today, so I thought I'd do it a little earlier, and we'll do a public live stream today. So before we get started, just sit tight, and we'll give it another 30 seconds or so for people to join us. All right, happy Friday, everybody. It's May 26th. Hope you're well. Going to get started with the before market close video and ticker requests. As a reminder, I normally do these for private Power Group members about 30 minutes before the close, but doing a little bit earlier today and also going to make it public as it's Friday, and I do have some things to do with my Airbnb afterwards, so I'm not sure if I'll be able to get a video out later today, but I'll do my best to get another video out this weekend, more than likely tomorrow. But once again, thanks so much for the views, almost at 500,000, so appreciate all the support and everybody who has supported me along the way. That's no easy feat, and like I said, definitely goes a long way. I appreciate it very much. So taking a look at the crypto space here at the moment. So we are recovering nicely coming into the end of the day here, and SPY is currently over 420, and nice big move here on the daily candle. I've been saying for a while now, if you go back to my videos, that SPY is targeting 439. That was from 7 days ago. I also did quite a few videos on MJ. There's been no shortage of volatility there either, but SPY is a weekly bull flag that was confirming, and we're targeting the measured move here. You just take that and you move it out here to the 0.32 fib, and it says we're targeting about 439 here on the weekly time frame. And here we are testing the high of last week at 420.72. We broke it by 5 pennies, so 420.77 is the new high. And it is Friday, so the higher we close, the better. And then, like I said, we'll expect more upside into next week, but ultimately targeting about 439 there. So this is good to see. Markets are rebounding. Obviously, the debt ceiling is top of the line right now. That is the top concern. But more than likely going to push it out. They're probably going to print more money, right? And then, like I said, there could be one short-term, in my opinion, short-term crash. There could be a flash crash. We could see, most of our assets take a pretty big hit depending on how much the narrative in the media turns to spin it negatively with regards to this debt ceiling, and then any other unforeseen black swan events. We'll keep that in the back of our head as well, but that's nothing we can really control. We'll just have to plan for all scenarios. But right now I am leaning a little bit bearish. I think we could see one more flush before we see a massive move into the end of the year, and then, like I said, watch for Congress being banned from owning stocks to mark the top. But taking a look at the bull and bear list today in the crypto world, HEX, BTC shorts, and HUT leading the bull list. And on the bear list, we have LBC, Code, and HP. So BTC on the daily time frame breaking to a daily higher high. So starting the daily bounce, but hitting our head at EMA 12. And we still have yet to confirm a daily uptrend. So this is pretty weak overall. So again, this is why I'm leaning a little bit bearish at the moment. And actually, Bitcoin had a weekly bull flag that we were potentially looking out for, but we did lose the 0.32 fib. If you ignore these wicks though, you could say that that was a bear trap and that we're likely potentially heading up to higher highs, but wouldn't want to see us lose 25,823. If we lose that, then that's going to negate the odds of the weekly bull flag that's targeting about 37,000. And again, this is a little bit of cause for concern. If we lose 25,823, like I said, no longer going to be anticipating that higher high on the weekly time frame and bull flag. And then that's going to decrease the odds as well that SPY sees its continuation. They don't have to track each other verbatim, but they are risk assets. And the dollar is showing a little bit of strength here at the moment. So the dollar, the last 3 weeks, we've actually been bouncing on the dollar, but anything under 105.88 is just a weekly lower high. So we are looking for a lower high as the most likely scenario. We could still see an EMA 12 and 26 bull cross on the DXY on the dollar index as well, which again is getting me a little bit bullish on the dollar and a little bit bearish on crypto and stocks in the broader market. But again, from here we could go another 1.5% ish and still be just looking at resistance, and There could be a potential cup and handle. We'll see, but still no weekly uptrend confirmed on the dollar yet. So we are still in a weekly downtrend, but it looks like, like I said, we could see a little bit more strength in the dollar short term. And then that would be bearish for crypto and stocks. And then if we do top out right around that resistance there under 105, 88, then we'll anticipate a weekly higher low. And then that will be a point in time where crypto and stocks will start to recover and see some upside, right, once we start to top out on DXY. So just looking at that as the most likely scenario, but the monthly bounce is underway as well, having broken last month's high. But we are looking for support there at 178 to break. If we lose that, then we get confirmation of the monthly bear flag and downtrend. And then we're targeting about 93 there on DXY. So again, long-term bearish on the dollar, but short-term I'm bullish, and short-term bearish on stocks and crypto. So just the inverse, because of that inverse correlation and relationship between DXY and stocks and crypto. And then long-term I'm bearish on DXY and bullish on stocks and crypto in the end of the year. But yeah, we're watching for key support there at 178 to lose. If we lose that, we confirm the monthly bear flag and the monthly downtrend. Gold, I mentioned that gold was more than likely going to be trending back down to around 1900s. We had this head and shoulders playing out, and it's currently targeting 1856. And we're dropping to a daily lower low. We didn't really get the right shoulder on that though, but on the weekly time frame. But if we zoom in here to the daily time frame, a little bit of a daily bounce there, but not as clear on the daily time frame. I was looking for it to potentially play out on the weekly, but we might just drop down to lower lows from here. And then EMA 12 and 26 starting to curl as well, so it's looking like we could see some more selling pressure. But not surprising, coming off pretty much an all-time high test. Yeah, SPY's looking good. Right at the high of the day pretty much, so the higher the close the better, and then we'll expect more upside into next week. And like I said, watching for this weekly bull flag target to play out at 439. And as a reminder, if anybody does have any ticker requests, let me know in the live chat. We'll get to that ASAP. So Tesla strong today as well. Very similar to the SPY chart. And daily uptrend confirmed here now today. The low, high, higher, low, and higher high. That means zoom out to the weekly time frame, watch for the weekly bounce to continue. And that's what we're seeing. And then EMA 12 and 26 bull cross could occur here on Tesla, insinuating more upside. We do have resistance there at 207.79, and then the high of the bounce there at 217.65. 217.65 is the level, because if we break that, we're back in a monthly uptrend with a higher low and higher high. So 217.65, all about that resistance on Tesla. Could see some serious upside if we break that with no resistance till about 314.67, and then the monthly uptrend would be confirmed. In terms of movers and shakers on the day today, individual names, we have FMU and Tesla leading the bull list. And on the decline, we have SPCE, JSDA, and BYND. Let's jump into MJ land, or everyone's favorite asset class at the moment in the industry. Tilray down 21.4%, Hexo down 11.97%, and DB down 10.71%. Gotta love it. WIB, IMCC, and Love leading the bull list. So Love going the other way here today. Comparative for the rest of the market, this is another name I'm really bullish on. So Canara Biotech going the other way, while most names are dropping to daily lower lows in a big way. We're going the other way on Canara Biotech. And if you're wondering why Hexo's down today, it's just similar to Tilray, right? We saw a gap down, very similar to Tilray. So there isn't that much of a discount right now, but I haven't run the numbers, but I would assume there's probably somewhere between a 15 and 17% discount right now. The reason why Hexo's down today is because Tilray's down, and they're going to continue to move in unison, right? Because of the fact that Tilray's acquiring Hexo. So that arbitrage is why we see Tilray go down, right? People taking advantage of that arbitrage and discount, and then eventually they just all get caught up with one another, right? CGC, another daily lower low today. So we're set for potential daily second day in a row closing below $1. Yesterday closed at 88 cents, currently at 86. So this is day number 2. Clock is ticking for CGC, and it's warning from the NASDAQ. Not the only name though. We've got Aurora, another warning. So Aurora, what did it do? A 1 for 14 or a 1 for 12? 1 for 12. So it did a 1 for 12 reverse split, and here we are again getting another reverse split coming in. Oh, man. Fun times, just keep on rolling, right? And then we got OGI, well below $1, not even at 50 cents, so that's at risk of being reverse split as well, pretty much guaranteed. BFF, under $1. Is anybody starting to notice a pattern here? SNDL, probably not too far away of itself from seeing a reverse split. Didn't SNDL already do a reverse split? Yeah, 1 for 10. So has anybody noticed a pattern yet? Is it companies that are in alcohol? Is it companies that are in alcohol and MJ? Is it companies that are producers? Is it companies that are retail? It's everything. Ding, 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 you win. Even High Tide did a 1 for 15 reverse split in order to get on the NASDAQ. And here it is, getting close to $1 psychological. We hit the low there at 103, but holding up better than most. But it is a retailer, right? And we've already done a reverse split. So again, the trend in MJ is if you're on the NASDAQ or the NYSE, which it's not U.S. producers or any kind of U.S. companies because they're not on the NYSE or the NASDAQ because they're not permitted to do so. So anybody who is, and anyone who is on that exchange, those exchanges, is Canadian because they're the only ones permitted to do so, or like, you know, abroad, like international, other international markets, just not U.S. But yeah, anything touching the plant can't legally be on those exchanges, right? So that is why Canadian companies are, and the U.S. companies will have to deal with that once the time comes to uplist, right? Once they uplist, then they'll have the same issues to adhere to, right? And compliance measures. But yeah, even Tilray, not too far away now from being potentially non-compliant with the NASDAQ minimum bid price listing. So 182, they were not that far away from seeing $1, right? It's about 45% away. And just over the last few months, we've dropped like 70%. So anything's possible at this point. Just prepare for the worst. Have money on the sidelines. If you don't have any money on the sidelines, lesson learned for next time. And look at it as a buying opportunity. But yeah, CGC, I mentioned yesterday in my video that it is a weekly bear flag rather, targeting 60 cents. And then we dropped to a low of 83 cents today. So from that low today, we're only 27% away from our target of the weekly bear flag. So I did add some CGC today. I added some Tilray today. I added new money. So I added net new money. I didn't sell anything to buy anything. I didn't sell Hexo or take advantage of the discount or arbitrage opportunity to buy Tilray. I just put in brand new money. And again, I have a 6-figure cash position that I've held because of this fact, right? And again, if you don't have any money on the sidelines, what can you do different the next time we enter a bear market? Because this won't be the last time MJ drops 90% from all-time highs. This won't be the last time we drop 90%, not even from all-time highs. This won't be the last time we drop 90% in any asset class, right? There's going to be tons of asset classes in the future that drop 90% from their all-time highs or 52-week highs. And now you'll be better equipped for next time, right? In terms of USMJ, we have on the bull list, we have KGKG, BEV, and CNVCF. And then on the bear list, we have BAM, FIT, and Acreage. MSOS holding up relatively well. We actually broke to a weekly higher high this week. And daily time frame, we are seeing a mimicking the broader market with daily consolidation, but not as apparent here on USMJ. Or sorry, not the broader market, but the sector. Most names are consolidating and in a big way, and MSOS just barely losing the low of yesterday. But we have the low, high, higher low, and higher high. Anything over 533 is a nice daily uptrend. So this could be a nice swing trade opportunity. You could be playing off 533 support. If we lose that, we lose the daily uptrend. So you could scale in now. Essentially, you could risk about 1% to 2%. You could set your stop loss maybe just below, just in case they go stop loss hunting and trying to trap people. But if you do see that loss there at 533, you could even set your stop at like 527, right? Allow a little bit of wiggle room. Essentially, risk 1 or 2% to make 7 to 18%. That's a great risk to reward, and you got a clear stop level there, just below 533. But yeah, on the weekly time frame, bouncing on the weekly, topping out at EMA 12 though. Once again, that level just continues to reject the price. We need to get a couple of candles, at least 2. I would prefer 3 weekly candle closes over EMA 12 So we've been rejecting, and then EMA 26 is going to be the big one. We had one candle close, and then this one rejected. We haven't seen 2 or more weekly candle closes over EMA 26 since the all-time highs. So I would want to see 2, to be real confident, I want to see 3 closes over on the weekly time frame over EMA 26 to be confident. My ticker request is all MJ. Well, hopefully I just went through most of that. AYR had a nice move over the last month or so. Off of the lows there, it's up almost 140%. Even TAT had a nice move there off the low. Big reversal here today, though. Wow. Yeah. Huge blow off top. So it saw 160% as well. But now from the top there, starting daily consolidation today, down 40%. So massive volatility. Trader's paradise right now with TAT and AYR. AYR off its top, down 21% almost. High tide. So I did go through high tide. Hopefully that helps. But yeah, daily time frame, 3rd day in a row, daily consolidation, losing the low of the previous daily candles. We do have support coming up at 126 on the weekly time frame. We're standing out. We're pretty strong here compared to the rest of the sector, right? We have the low, high, higher, low. We're looking for a higher high. We actually got above 142 resistance. We at 143, but right now it's basically a double top. But with a break of that resistance there at 142, we're confirming the higher low and higher high, which gives us a weekly uptrend. So while most names are confirming weekly lower lows and all-time lows, 52-week lows, we're actually holding on pretty well here on high tide. But things can catch up in a hurry, and this isn't too far away from that $1. We have no monthly support either. So it's a monthly inside bar right now. Key resistance, like I said, 142. Key support, 124. Lose 124. We continue monthly consolidation. Break 142 with continuation. Then we confirm the weekly uptrend and the monthly bounce is underway. Then we have no monthly resistance till about 223. And then on EMA 12, we're looking at 189. But overall, holding up pretty good compared to the rest of the market. We could see an EMA 12 and 26 bull cross here over the next few weeks as well. You can see here we had a bear cross. Price when that occurred at the bear cross, price was at around $6. Then we dropped 84% almost to about $1. So we had the bear cross. Look, we had the bull cross here. EMA 12 below EMA 26. Price was at around $1.32 and went to $13. Now we had the bear cross. Price, like I said, went from about $6 all the way down to $1. Now we're seeing this bull cross again like we had here. But look, it was curling. It almost crossed. How long did it take before it actually crossed? And then we saw the uptick. 161 days. So let's just do a similar scenario here. What's about 161 days? We're looking at October. And again, that's seasonality playing in, right? What time frame is usually bullish for stocks, for MJ stocks specifically, usually into the fall, right? So it's saying into the fall, we could see some, and that also is around the 1 year mark. I believe it's around, get close to that 1 year mark that Biden said for HHS to go look into the classification of MJ. So we could see rescheduling news, could see safe banking, could see MJ Act renewal here in Canada as well. Or not renewal, but consultation period going under. So we could see some improvements to that, either with regards to labeling, packaging, taxation, maybe all of the above. That would be great. But yeah, seeing like we could potentially see into the end of the year here, a nice move on MJ. We're looking good here on the weekly time frame, back testing the 10-week moving average there at 132. So if we can close over 132 this week, well, in the next 32 minutes, that's going to be good. And we're bullish here on the stochastic and the MACD. Look at CGC. We're bear cross lining up on the stochastic. We're bearish on the MACD, and we're well below the 10-week moving average. So again, high tide continues to be one of the shining stars in the space. All things considered, I mean, it's definitely getting pretty slammed at the moment, but comparative to the rest of the sector, specifically the Canadian LPs and the Canadian names, it's doing pretty good. Nothing really nearby until 151 there on the 50 weekly, and then the Golden Cross getting close to playing out. Look what happened last time, right? Last time when the Golden Cross played out, we were at around $2, and then we went to $13, and then we had the Death Cross with the 50 above the 200. They crossed. Price was at around $6, went to $1. Now we're seeing another Golden Cross, but the difference is this time we were beaten down way longer and way lower. So the next time we see a Golden Cross, which again, it crossed right around here, and then it started to cross around September of 2020, and then we didn't really see things start to pick up for about three or 4 months. So again, if we're set to close here now around May, we're looking at, maybe August, September. where we could really start to see buying pressure and momentum to the upside pick up. So hopefully that helps. Why are they very muted, not moving at all? Seems like algorithm moves. Oh, the US names. Well, I would say they're moving. Look at Trulieve in the last 3 weeks. Trulieve's down almost 30%. That's a lot, right? How much is like, I don't know. Roku's in like a 3-week period, it was only down like 18%. Yeah, so it's just basically following the rest of the market, but you know, look at the, and then here we were down like 30%, then we bounced 21%, and then we're down another 20%. Here we were down 55% in 3 weeks. That was wild. So there's definitely volatility there. But yeah, I would say the U.S. names are getting closer to a bottom than and they've been stronger too, right? Ever since February 20 or March 2020, they've been stronger. They were going to new all-time highs pretty much. You know, a lot of our MJ names in the U.S. were going to new all-time highs, while Canadian MJ was still struggling. A few names in the MJ and Canadian MJ hit new all-time highs in February 2021, like High Tide. That's pretty much it. Had high hopes for Hexo and Tilray, bought in too early. Yeah, I mean, it's not just Hexo and Tilray though. Look at OGI. OGI at risk of a reverse split, and ACB as well. ACB just did a 1 for 12, and then it's at risk again. OGI, like I said, in the last month and a half or so, OGI is down 40%, right? Tilray in the last month or so is down 36%. So it's all relative and just par for the course, really. MJ ETF, sure, we can take a look at that. So yeah, monthly lower low, new all-time low, pretty much the same as most MJ, either 52-week low or all-time low. The thing is to remember with these ETFs, it's likely going to take them longer to recover, right? Because there's a basket of different MJ stocks, right? So you get the odd companies like AYR. Oops. What's going on here? Stupid Trading View. AYR. So look at AYR, right? See, from the low there, it's up almost 160, almost 150% off its low and starting the monthly bounce, whereas, you know, the ETF MJ is going down, right? It's monthly lower low. So you're going to have these individual names are likely going to see more moves. There might be better, you might be, if you're looking for like day trades or swing trades, you might be better off in with individual names based on how beaten down we are. If you're looking for long-term like investment plays, then yeah, these ETFs can be good, but just keep in mind that it's going to take a lot longer for these MJ ETFs to start to recover, because it's going to need all the sector to recover, right? One name going up 150% is still making, you know, could still make this go down if 99% of the other names are dropping to monthly lower lows, right? So like I said, just you have to be a lot more patient with these ETFs. But with less risk comes less reward, and with less reward comes less risk, right? So it's the pros and cons. Always pros and cons. Everything down. What about MJ ETF? Yeah, exactly. So right now it is a weekly bear flag. So it kind of looks similar to Canopy. And I'm not sure how much weight Canopy has in this. I wouldn't be surprised if it was a lot, but it's been a while since I took a look at the actual holdings. But we take a look at the bear flag here. Move it out to the 0.32 fib. You're looking at about a measured move down to around 246. So maybe somewhere around 250 we could expect a bottom on MJ ETF with that weekly bear flag confirming. So we had the high, low, anything under the 0.32 fib there at 378 was a lower high and potential for a weekly bear flag. And then once we lost support there at 311, we confirmed the weekly bear flag. So like I said, we're targeting about 250, we'll say. 250 psychological. It says 245, but we'll say 250. Nice round psychological number, so hopefully that helps. Yeah, still, and we're seeing a bear across the stochastic. MACD still slightly bullish, but not too far away from teetering on the brink of bearish. And then, yeah, nothing nearby, and weekly moving averages as support. Daily time frame, we're rejecting at the 50-day moving average 3 times now, and dropping to a weekly lower low and confirming that weekly bear flag. So it's not looking good right now. Definitely not the strongest in the sector. And like I said, that weekly bear flag, like I said, we could drop from here. That'd be another about 20% of downside. So don't be surprised if we do drop 20% over the next several weeks, couple months. We'll see. Obviously, bearing any unforeseen news, but right now everything unchanged. I would say that we're probably trending down to that 250 area. Could you please look at GRWG Grow Generation? Yeah, I can take a quick look at those. So that had a sweet move, just like AYR, off the lows, up about 80% off the lows there on their earnings. So they beat in terms of EPS and revenue. But we are starting with weekly consolidation. We didn't confirm a weekly uptrend either. This is still in a weekly downtrend. Anything under 589 was a weekly lower high, and then we hit $5. But nice area to start taking profit as well on that $5 area. But yeah, back testing the 10-week moving average, holding it as supports. This is looking good so far. 345. Want to see us close over that this week and thereafter to remain bullish. Stochastic and MACD looking really, really good as well. And again, this isn't one that's touching the plant directly, like producing it, right? They're more into paraphernalia and grow generation, unit. What's the word I'm looking for? Brain fart. Growing stuff. Equipment. That's the word. But yeah, breaking to a lower low here and hitting our head on that 50 weekly moving average there at 433. But in terms of the daily time frame, we had a golden cross actually occur back here in January, but we're holding the 50-day as support. So want to see us trend back up to that 433. Also, the 200-day moving average was there at 433. So the 10-week and the 200-day moving average rate exactly identical. So by this logic, though, could be over the next couple months, we could see a massive move with this, like I said, with this golden cross already having taken place. Back testing the 50-day as support. It's looking good. But we still need to confirm a weekly uptrend with a higher low and higher high. So we're looking for a higher low compared to 277. We'll be confident that the higher low is set once we confirm a daily uptrend. So if we zoom into the daily, we're potentially set to lose the daily uptrend here with a high, low, lower high, and lower low. So key support's going to be 351, and we hit 353 double bottom over the last couple days. So it's basically a triple bottom here off 351. If we lose 351, that's going to be a cause for concern. Could be a nice entry here though with a stop just below that. Nice day trade here potentially into next week. But the only problem is if we open lower, could skip your stop loss, right? So that's the downfall of holding it over the weekend sort of thing or overnight. But yeah, EMA 12 and 26 bear cross, could see a bear cross here on those EMAs here, which would mean further weekly consolidation. And then like I said, we need that higher low and higher high. So if we can form that weekly higher low like this and then break to a higher high, we'll be in a weekly uptrend. That point we'll be confident in a monthly higher high and another break to the upside. But $5 psychological was a nice area to take profit there. And we were overbought, heavily overbought when we came on that $5, right? RSI was pushing 70, 78 almost, and anything over 70 is considered overbought. So that was a good idea to take profits there and reload cheaper potentially. But again, not financial advice, not telling you what to do, buy, sell, or hold. That's up to you. But yeah, it's looking like we could be getting closer to a bottom. If we do lose 351, then we have support there at 311. That could be a nice area to target some entries as well. Or we could enter now with a stop just below, a little bit more risk. No, I was referring to Canadian MJ. They're not moving. It seems like algorithm moves. Oh, okay. Well, I'm not sure what you mean though. Like Tilray and Hexo had a gap down today, and they're down 12%. Or you mean like they haven't been moving ever since the market opened? Essentially, is that what you mean? Yeah. So we're going essentially as flat as you can, sideways as you can get, and then Tilray. Yeah. Wow. That is literally a straight line just across. Like, let's put it like a. Horizontal line across. Yeah, look at that. It's like basically a straight line across. Yeah, just nothing going on, right? Not too many buyers, not too many sellers, just waiting, foaming at the mouth for some sort of positive news or catalyst. Just nobody buying, nobody selling. We're pretty much just at a standstill here right now. Alternative harvest ETFs. Yeah, I just went over that one. maybe you're just joining. Oh, you were the one who requested earlier. So yeah, maybe I went over it. Yeah, perfect. Thanks. You said thanks. So already did that one. Long-term hold, baby. I'm tired of looking at my portfolio bleeding. I need to stop looking at it for a while. Yeah, I mean, that definitely helps. You don't want to bury your head in the sand either and, just play that game. But I don't log into my account every day, right? It's like if I'm investing, if I'm buying MJ at the lows here, I'm buying low and I'm going to sell high. And I'm not planning on selling for a very, very long time unless we go to 52-week highs tomorrow or in a week. But, other than that, I'm not selling anything for, a long time. Like, I'm talking many, many months and potentially years at this point. And I don't care, right? Because I don't need that money. It's money I was willing to lose. It's money I didn't need. I was prepared to let sit. Didn't break the golden rule. Didn't invest any more than I was willing to lose. And I kept a 6-figure cash position on the side to continue to dollar cost average, right? Sold a couple of houses in 2020 and 2021. Could I put that 6-figure cash position directly into MJ stocks? Yeah, but that would be a terrible idea. Anybody who puts any more than 10% of their net worth into an asset class this risky, whether it be crypto, I would argue any investment. If you're putting more than 10% of your net worth into any investment, unless it's a house or something like that, but into any investment, like any stock, that's the wrong way to do it, in my opinion. But yeah, that's all of this stuff, right? And then I bought a couple of condos here in Edmonton, sold my properties in PEI in 2020, 2021. Then I moved to Edmonton in 2021, 2022. I bought a couple of condos here, very, very beaten down, very, very low cost. And, it's just buying low and selling high. I did the same thing with real estate PI. I did the same thing here in Edmonton with the condo market. I did the same thing with crypto in 2019, and then it went off to have the biggest run ever. And I'm doing the same now with MJ. And I'm grateful for the low prices because we can't have volatility to the upside without the downside. And you can't have that 10x, 100x, 1000x returns without seeing 90 to 99% drawdowns. And that's what we're seeing right now is these 90 to 90% drawdowns, 90 to 99. And the next thing that's probably going to come is generational wealth, right? So it's the people that are sticking to it and buying low, using their dollar cost averaging techniques, right? I seen somebody said the other day that they had Tilray and they started buying it at $16. So around here, when the price was at, would have been way back in July of 2021. And we were at $67 with that major meme and hype run, right? And then we went to $16. So someone who, after seeing it go from $67 to $16, like, oh, it's down 75%. That's got to be a good entry, right? How much lower can it really go? Well, it actually went another 88% lower from $16, right? And then from February 2021 highs, it's now down over 97%. But generally when things are down 90 to 99%, that's the time to start to buy. But that person said that they started buying around, he commented on my video yesterday, I think it was, said he started buying around $16 and continued to dollar cost average, but now he said he's just going to take the loss and jump ship. That is exactly what the market wants you to do, right? That's what it's designed to do. That's what it's literally trying to get you to do is act on emotion, right? It's like, oh, I can't just keep seeing this bleed. Now I'm down, 80%, 90%. I just need to get out, right? And that's exactly what the market is designed and what it wants you to do. And then, whereas, I've completely, I just rule out all emotions and I say, okay, I'm just going to continue to nibble every time we break to a monthly lower low or we drop another 10%, 20%, I'll continue to add, right? And again, I'm not investing any more than I'm willing to lose. And, this person said they were down, I think, $40,000 or $50,000 on Tilray. Again, if you're down $40,000 or $50,000 on Tilray, that means your net worth better be around $300,000 to $400,000, right? Because you don't want to be investing any more than 10% of your net worth. So if your net worth isn't $300,000 to $400,000 and you're down $40,000, again, I would start to just contemplate your game plan next time, right? So again, if you don't have $300,000, $400,000, there's no reason you should be putting $40,000 into one stock, right? So, my net worth at one point, I can't remember, probably late 2021, it was around $500,000. So I wouldn't put any more than 10%, right? So if you've got $500,000 as a net worth, what's times 10%? That's $50,000. So in my opinion, you shouldn't be putting any more than $50,000 into one name. But again, if you're down $40,000, $50,000 and your net worth isn't $500,000, then I would contemplate your game plan because, like I said, you're probably doing it wrong. I know someone who his dad is down over $1 million on TGOD, which is now BZAM. So down over $1 million, I asked him, I said, does your dad have a net worth of $10 million? Because why is he down over $1 million? Right? If you got 10 million times 0.1, that's $1 million. So I can understand you putting $1 million into MJ stocks. I would never do that into one stock. He was down 1 million just on T-God, I believe. But if you don't have $10 million as your net worth, then what are you doing putting $1 million into something? It doesn't make any sense, right? So again, let that be a golden rule, right? Same thing with crypto. I invest in crypto. I own more crypto dollar-wise than I do MJ. And I would never put more than 10% of my net worth into any... I wouldn't put any more than 10% into one asset class, let alone one crypto or one MJ stock, right? And I mean, obviously, the more money you put into it, the less multiplier effect you need to make life-changing wealth. But also, with more risk comes more reward, and with more reward comes more risk, right? Vice versa. So, nobody buying and selling. Tilray volume is like 40 million. Yeah, like, well, there's definitely, that's not that much actually. There in one day, Tilray had $2.3 billion traded. That is a lot of shares today, 45 million. But look at here in March. In March, there was 302.81 million, and the price was way higher at around $7. What was the price at on that day? It closed at $8.56. So 302 million, we'll just do a rough estimate here. 302 million times the average of around $7, we'll say $8. There was $2.4 billion traded in one day on Tilray back here in March. And right now, there's only 45 million shares, and the price is at $1.80-ish. So 45 million times, we'll say $1.80. It's only $81 million versus $2.4 billion, right? So that's a big difference. But I just mean there's obviously a lot of people selling as we drop down and we gap down today about 22%. But I just mean over the last, look at it's just been a mix, right? It's just bipolar. No one knows what to do. And then look at that. I've never seen anything that sideways before, actually. But yeah, break getting imminent, and we're getting close to 5-minute overbought. So we are seeing a little bit of we're tipping toward a little bit more bullish. I appreciate, man. Thank you. I appreciate you too. Thank you very much for joining the stream. Appreciate it. First time I bought Tilray was also at $16 already. Now my average is $3.65. Been averaging down ever since. Yeah, exactly. And like you could bite the bullet and do what the market wants you to do and get out now and sell at a loss and just say, maybe the market isn't for me, or maybe MJ stocks aren't for me, and then you go buy something else and then that drops 80%. Right? That's what they want you to do. The market makers and the Wall Street banks, they want you to sell something when it's down 80%, and then you look at something else like, oh, you know what, I'm going to buy Facebook because Facebook is just tried and true, or I guess it's Meta now, right? It's just tried and true, and then here it comes, and then you buy it now, and you're like, I'm just gonna put it into something safe, and then it drops 60%, right? No support all the way down to 90. So that's what it wants you to do. Just get in and out of positions, emotionally make buying and selling decisions. Then you emotionally sell something, then you emotionally buy, and then it goes down 80%. And then you catch yourself saying, oh, you know what, MJ's not for me. I'm gonna go into the big tech stocks, tried and true, and then that drops 60%. You know what? Investing in general just isn't for me. I'm just gonna cut my losses and never ever touch the stock market ever again, or crypto, right? That's what it's designed to make you do. So kudos to you for, sticking to your game plan and not following what the majority of the market makers want you to do, and that's selling, right? Same thing happened in Bitcoin and crypto market right back here in 2017. After the massive run up, we had a 85% correction essentially, and then here, we started to reverse, and then we had that massive capitulation. Again, we dropped from the top there, we dropped another 73%, and then from there we went on to go 16x, right, to all-time highs. And then here we are again down another 76%, just like this, right, almost 80%. So again, this is what crypto and MJ are designed to do. They're volatile to the upside, they're volatile to the downside. And if you can't stomach the volatility, if you don't like volatility, then what are you here for? Right? You can't have volatility to the upside without the downside. So if you're here for life-changing gains, that means you're here for volatility. And if you can't stomach the volatility on the downside, you don't deserve the upside, right? So again, just knowing that volatility is what we want, that's what we're here for, and that you can't have massive increases in price without massive decreases, right? You can't get that multiplier effect unless you have that 90 to 90% plus drawdown. So But yeah, I definitely feel you. My portfolio, my MJ portfolio was down over 80% at one point. It's now down around 50 to 60% on average because I've been dollar cost averaging, right? So again, just continuing to take advantage of those lower prices and a dollar cost average. That's what big banks are doing, right? I did a video yesterday, or the day before, I guess it was, on SNB, Swiss National Bank, increasing its value in 10%, I think it was, over the quarter in Tilray, and tons of other institutions as well. So again, that's what the smart money's doing, is they're dollar cost averaging. They're buying in, knowing that this is absurdly low prices. Just like $67 was absurd to the upside and didn't justify the valuation on the upside, this doesn't justify the valuation on the downside. And that's when people, most institutional investors were selling was around here, and they were buying here, right? And then they're just going to wait. It's that simple. All right, going to end it there. Hope you have a fantastic rest of your Friday and weekend ahead. It's Rod with Pow Group. Thanks again for joining us on the Pursuit of Wealth. We'll see you on the next video, which will more than likely be at some point tomorrow or this weekend. Take care. Have a good one. Talk to you soon.